Hello everyone and welcome to another Starcraft 2 livecast. This one we're playing as Zerg opponents and we are on Cerulean Falls.
Not enough
Go ahead and
minerals.
send out a worker. Rally our command center to build the depot.
Not enough minerals.
And hopefully get a good start to this game.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
So against Zerg, I realize it's very difficult to win the endgame now if your opponent decides to go that direction. Not like in the past when we had Seeker Missile. So for that reason I need to win by tempo, not by longevity. So I want to experiment with adding in a bunch more orbitals.
Not enough minerals.
And then to create more Hellbats. So and maybe in a couple more factories later on.
Not enough minerals.
Alright, I haven't seen anything from my opponents. Let's go check out what's going on in his base there. Looks like we had a pool of gas in response to what I was up to. All right.
Not enough minerals.
So about as good of a start as I can hope for.
Additional supply depots required. Base is under attack. Additional base is under attack. Base is under attack. Command center upgrade complete. Command center upgrade complete. Unacceptable landing add-on complete. Base is under attack. Our SCVs are under attack. Our SCVs are under attack.
Oops, I felt pretty over. I don't know why I left that door open the entire time. Maybe I should have put a separate structure too, just to fill this gap here. Speedlings are a little bit quick for me. With the Banshee out though, the game should be over by now. So I'm pretty sure he was maybe 2 hatcheries, but definitely 1 base of saturation. No, it wasn't even... Well, yeah, I guess... Very much so, 2 hatcheries and only 1 base saturation. No option. Like, could have thrown this at a 3rd base, I suppose, here. But I don't think he sent out a 2nd drone at the start. He probably expected this drone to be able to find what he needed to find with it. If you're that close to it, you don't even have to throw down an Inge Bay. The SCV itself will block it. And since I'm ahead in hit points, I'm fine. So he just threw it in his natural, or in his main base, and went for the all-in. Obviously, there's no transitioning out of that, or at least not a good way of transitioning out of it. Because, yeah, you can't just like go straight into droning. You gotta build a real hatchery at an actual base, and then start droning. If you do end up with a macro hatch like that, it's probably good to go a Ling Baneling style, because that's a style that suffers from lack of larvae, and just having an extra hatchery for the pure purpose of larvae negates that disadvantage. It's one of the major reasons you don't see Ling Bling Muta that much in Legacy of the Void, is that they slightly nerfed larva production and injects. I guess just specifically injects. They made injecting easier, but they made perfect injecting not as not as good as it was in Heartless Swarm. They made it easier to do perfect injecting, but they made the results of perfect injecting not as good.
Additional supply depots required.
Anyways, this guy's a little late. Doesn't seem likely to get the block here. Oh. How about that?
Base is under attack. Not enough minerals. 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 Base is under attack.
So I think I got it because he never even attempted to place it there. That was a distraction drone. Another drone went the other direction.
I can't build here.
Base is under attack.
Two Lings.
Additional supply depots required.
That is not good. I don't know how this arrived in time. Did I not pull enough? Whoops. How many Lings was that? I guess it was 8, not 6. Because he didn't need micro, and I still lost. Which means I just flat out didn't pull enough workers to deal with it. odd how quickly that arrived. Because I feel like the links just arrived at my Inge Bay.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Anyways, looks like we have another Zerg opponent.
Not enough minerals. 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 Not enough minerals.
I don't know what it is with Cloud M, but there's lots of Smurfs in that clan.
Additional supply depots required.
They like to keep low-ranked, unranked accounts. So I find whenever I play a GM, it's always from Cloud M on an unranked. Obviously, there's not some inter-clan conspiracy. It's just some coincidence I've noticed.
Our SCVs.
Oh, I never took my gas. Oh god. I was just getting ready to populate my gas there. I better just go. So I guess silly I'm taking 2 gas. This is kind of winging a build order here, but I'm definitely going to feel it in some manner.
Base is under additional attack. Supply depots required. Additional supply depots required. Insufficient Vespene gas. Command center upgrade complete. Our SCVs are under attack.
Whoops.
Command center upgrade complete. Add-on complete. Unacceptable landing zone.
Okay.
Command center upgrade complete.
Wow, already? Hydras.
Add-on complete. Not enough energy.
Alright, so we need double this. 1,
Command
2.
center upgrade complete. Upgrade complete. Add-on complete. Not enough energy. Add-on complete. Insufficient Vespine gas. Add-on complete. Required. Additional supply depots required. Not enough. Add-on complete. Research. Not enough minerals. Research. Not enough energy. Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals. Mineral field depleted. Not enough minerals.
It's heating up out here.
Oh, that was unlucky.
Got any extra firepower?
Insufficient. Upgrade complete. Research complete. Mineral field depleted. Base is under attack.
Got any extra
Not enough
firepower?
energy. Insufficient Vespine gas.
It's heating up out here.
Mineral field depleted. Insufficient. Additional supply depots required. Additional
Got any
supply
extra
depots required.
firepower?
Mineral field.
Oh god. That was really bad.
Additional supply depots required. Not enough energy. Insufficient Vespene gas. Mineral field depleted. Additional Command center upgrade complete. Additional supply depots required.
It's heating up out here.
Alex, upgrade complete. Additional supply depots required. Additional supply depots required.
It's heating up out here.
Additional. Additional supply depots required. Additional supply depots required. Base is under attack. Not enough. Additional supply depots required. Not enough. Any additional supply depots required.
Got any extra firepower? It's heating up out here. We could use some help here.
Not enough energy.
This vessel requires assistance.
Your forces are under attack.
Got any extra firepower?
Mineral
You're having
field.
trouble.
Your forces are under attack. Mineral field depleted. Mineral field depleted. Not enough energy. Upgrade complete. Our SCVs are under attack. Mineral field depleted. Command center upgrade complete.
I'm getting hit with chain pungles, but I think fighting in a planetary you can't kill is good for me too. Except no one was repairing the planetary. 3 guys firing a missile turret.
Not enough energy. Your forces are under attack.
I'm in a heap of trouble. Got any extra firepower? It's heating up out here.
Mineral field depleted.
Got any extra firepower?
Mineral field depleted. Your forces are under attack. Mineral field depleted.
I'm in a heap of trouble.
Vespine geyser exhausted. Command center upgrade complete. Command center upgrade complete. Command center upgrade complete. Mineral field depleted. Not enough air. Command Mineral field
Jeez.
complete. Mineral field depleted.
It's heating up out here.
Base is under attack.
Still think we're in really good shape.
Your forces are under attack.
Got any extra firepower?
Mineral field depleted. Mineral field depleted. Vespine geyser exhausted. Vespine geyser exhausted. Base is under attack.
Can't hold them alone.
Unless he breaks my main.
Base is under attack.
Why can't he build planetary?
I'm in a heap of trouble.
Base is under attack.
That should be game, I think.
Command
It's heating up out here.
God, barracks.
It's heating up out here. Got any extra firepower?
It's not leaving.
Vespine geyser exhausted. Command center upgrade complete.
It's heating up out here.
Command center upgrade.
Should do it, maybe?
Mineral field deployed.
He was persistent, and not in a why won't you leave the game persistent, but kind of in a I'm not going to give up. I'm going to do what it takes to get back into this game persistent. It's good quality. So even though he would fall far behind, he would take the steps necessary to get back ahead and the risks necessary, which usually involved just expanding a lot and making drones. Which meant he was losing almost every fight, but he was getting the economy to be able to exist for the next fight. And if I did something stupid along the way, say I lose all my ravens somehow, then that strategy would actually probably work and get him back into the game. Like for how often I was like going to all these like side bases, like I was always running into new hatcheries and usually drones as well. The hatchery kill count must have been insane for this game. But luckily I didn't make any gross mistakes this game, and we were able to convert it into a victory. I guess the one thing I could do, and I did want to build the orbital farm, I never got to that. Usually by the time I want to build the orbital farm, I have no SCVs left on my main and natural, so I'm just like, there's nothing to build it with. I gotta grab some SCVs to bring them back and start making orbitals. The other thing I'd do is start adding in starports. Because if his comeback mechanic is for me to do something stupid and lose the majority of my ravens, then I should make sure I have the ability to remake those ravens more than 4 at a time. 4 at a time is plenty good if I'm not losing them. However, if I am losing them, if I do lose a big chunk of them, it'd be nice to get a big chunk back, actually convert this gas bank into more ravens. I mean, earlier in the game it probably wasn't as severe, but even a gas bank of 2,700, it'd be nice if I could make like 8 ravens at a time. I can probably afford to do that for 3 or 4 waves of ravens, get it back up to 30 before the gas bank disappears. He must have been good in upgrades, yeah, 3-3. So he is definitely having no issue dealing with Hellbats when he encountered them. He's actually a Zerg who puts... Like, this is a really good combination for so many reasons. We got... Hydralisks are like a glass cannon, and so many Zerg players only make Hydralisks, at least against me. Maybe they think, okay, they shoot up, so why would I make Roaches against Ravens? But the combination of these two units synergize so well, because you got glass cannons, that means high DPS but low hit points. And then you got Roaches, which are really tanky units, like really hefty, got base armor and 145 hit points. Really tanky units that can like absorb so much damage. And when you A move these two units, the Roaches naturally go to the front and the Hydras naturally stay in the back because Hydras are longer range. So it's just a perfect combination of the two. And so many times I face Zergs who only make Hydras, so my Hellbat harass goes around the map. And yeah, when 15 Hydras encounter 6 Hellbats, they kill the Hellbats, but not without taking 1 or 2 losses every time. And by like constantly chipping away at his Hydras with the Hellbats, as well as the real purpose of the Hellbats, which is killing bases and pulling his attention away, it adds up to his army really depleting. But we finally have a Zerg who decided to make Roaches with his Hydras. I guess we may start seeing a little more of this. In Legacy of the Void, they buffed the Hydra's attack speed to the point where it almost seems silly to make anything other than Hydras. And they reverted that buff. So now Hydras are still very good, but not at that, what we'll call it, overpowered level. And even if Zerg as a race isn't overpowered, it was always overpowered within the race of Zerg. Like any composition you made had to have a Hydra base because Hydras are just so good for Zerg, or you can say everything else was so bad. But mostly because Hydras were so much better, we'll say, than other units. But with the revert of that attack speed buff, I think we'll go back to seeing actual compositions in Zerg, which either don't involve Hydras or involve something like this, Roach Hydra. So he was catching me in chain fungals, but always like during attacks, which I think is okay. I already have auto turrets out. My Ravens already spread a little bit to continue replacing auto turrets. Same goes for the Planetary with Roach Hydra. Planetary can't really do much to the Roaches, where they can quite easily kill Hydralisks. So I did have Hellbats on the field during that attack, so we got some work done there at least. Oh, that was so close. Please tell me I got a bunch of them. I definitely didn't get all of them. And I definitely put so many in the red that didn't die, but it would be nice. 27. We got 6. 6 of the 27. Look how many of them are down to 5 life. Unfortunately, I mean, drones get the armor upgrade. The ground carapace for Zerg kind of applies to every ground unit. Whereas, for instance, since I'm going mech, even though I'm getting mech, like ship plating, or whatever they call it, the armor for air and ground units, it doesn't apply to my infantry. Because I think if they didn't have that +3, then all these ones that are 5 hit points would already be dead. Because Hellbats do fully upgraded. Oh, just 39. Okay, so they wouldn't be dead. They'd be at 1 hit point. I thought they all got 2 shot. They also got 1 shot. Yeah, so the armor's irrelevant versus Hellbats. They'll always be a 2 shot to Hellbats. No matter what my attack upgrades are or his defense upgrades. Even if he's +3 armor and I'm +0 attack, or vice versa. Anywho, I don't think there's much else to see here. Fungal's really strong versus Ravens because of the auto turret nerf. Because I have to get basically right on top of the position to place an auto turret, if my Ravens can't move, they can't move to the position to place more auto turrets. So you can get stuck in a position where you're not really able to spend your energy, which is a pain. You can't even like PDD. So here's getting good fungals, but we're fighting the double planetary. I'm still able to get some Ravens forward to throw down auto turrets. And that was just a massacre. Also had Hellbats out on the map during that time, finding new bases. And he's actually, his army count's so small after that fight, he's going to have trouble killing his Hellbats now. These are 3/3 Hellbats, so it's no joke. It's a good micro, he's able to defeat that army, but that army is just like an afterthought A move for me, so all his army and all his attention to deal with something that doesn't really mean much to me. He was able to get back in position in time though, which is good for him. I mean, obviously he's going to take a bunch of hits here anyways, but it's good for him to keep attacking to those auto turrets as he was there. If he pulled back, they would have just shredded his drone line. Whenever you have one Hellbat on a hatchery, I like to put directly south of the hatchery, then attack north. That way I'm damaging the hatchery and killing every larva that pops out. And larva could be an issue for him. He doesn't seem to have much of it. Again, making quick work of the Hellbats because of his Roach base in the front. Anyways, with that, we'll call it the end of this video. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and I'm out of here. Goodbye.